If they're on an equal net worth gain, I'm pretty sure I'd have to give the win to TB in that scenario. Like, this hero uses
Yes,
gold so
definitely.
well, and he ramps up in his farming capacities without really building items targeting farming, right? Like, you see him go, for example, the Manta, you might go for something like the Skadi. You're not really picking up something like a Radiance or a Battle Fury to ramp up your farm. You just do it so fast with the illusions hitting so hard.
Well, the other problem with him too is that, like, let's say he does go for the Radiance build, which is very tempting versus these two heroes. I mean, the thing about TB is he also turns it around on you every time too. So, you know, he's going to reflect you, and then now they have a Radiance buff going as well. It doesn't really impact you as Lifestealer, but depending on his allies, maybe that's going to be having a negative effect on your match too. So, he's a very frustrating guy to go against. And why does Overworld Devourer have a belly button? Have we ever solved that mystery?
I only just noticed that somehow after all this time.
It's just there, you know?
You notice
it's
it more when
staring
it's the
into
third
my
pick,
eyes.
right? Like, it is literally center and staring at you. Maybe he's just, maybe his downtime, you know, he just takes off his armor and he's like this cute, adorable pet that you just rub. You kind of see it, right? You can see like the kind of blackened armor coming off after a hard day of work. Just sit down in his master's lap, gets petted.
This is the Lone Druid without the Chen. I want to see some of this cheese gaming with the new Chen buff on the Lone Druid bear. That has been something else, I tell you.
Really? I haven't seen that yet. I've seen them attempt the gyro. Like, previously that was an obvious one, but people are still attempting it now.
Yeah, now it got buffed, though, so it's double on creep units, which counts as creep hero units, which is Lone Druid bear. So you can give your bear, like, I forget what damage it is. It's like 96 bonus damage or something at level 4 with the buff.
Yeah, because they dropped it at the later levels, but they changed it around, so it's actually up more often. Yeah, it's 48 when maxed out, so then you double on that. Damn.
Yeah, King Gaming was... They would literally just first two, Chen, Lone Druid, and still win. So if that's not gross, I don't know what is. Their final pick here, I guess there's some possibilities, right? Could be an offlaner, could potentially be a mid laner. They're probably going to send the Lone Druid mid versus the OD, I guess. This used to be a bit of a counter that people would try. Unless they plan on going for like some ho-ho, ha-ha or something. But I feel like the Lone Druid's the one they're going to send.
They did actually ban out the Bat Riders farm ban for Vega. No surprise there. We were just talking about how good that could be on either side right now. I mean, Bat is a very strong hero at the moment. It's not even bad against, for example, the OD in the mid lane with the changes they've made to that hero. The movement speed buffs coming out on the Firefly.
Yeah, he's something. Expecting to see him quite a bit more for sure.
Should make Brax happy if nothing else.
Man, I don't know. It's like I want an Underlord this game for everything except the OD. Like, you know, once this OD, Underlord looks pretty okay, but then you don't want to just be this little like giant sack that he steals all your int off you. Oh, they will go for the Nyx. Okay, so Mana Burn versus the OD is indeed great. Actually drastically reduces his damage output in a team fight if you can catch with the Mana Burn, because all of your Astral Orbs are based off of remaining mana. So, you know, makes sense. Try and burn it down. And actually, that's pretty cool. All right, the Mana Burn versus the TB too. Of course, Mana Burn's not that great versus TB because it's an int multiplier, and he doesn't get that much int.
Well, he gets a decent amount out of his stat choices, his item choices, right? Because you're going to pick up a Manta, plus you're going to get your hands on the Skadi, so you've got a lot of ultimate orbs in there.
Yeah, usually, I don't know, I guess I would just say it's like usually it's enough to cover him anyway, though.
Yeah. But the interesting part is how easily Rubik is going to die in this game. Because that's the thing, right? When you're a Rubik player and you're looking at this draft right now, you're going, I don't have like an easy mobility spell I can steal, right? Like there's no Blink here, there's no Shikuchi. Your best option is Shadow Realm, which doesn't really get you out of the danger zone, considering they'll be able to see you.
Bad.
Wow. Okay, this is a hero that's been sneaking by unpicked, mainly because Sven just feels like a better version of him, right?
Yeah, that's kind of true for the most part. Aphotic Shield is a hell of a drug, though. It's not the best Aphotic Shield game though. There's no like massive spells that you're removing the debuff from or something, like some big stuff. I mean, it's okay, right? The slow from the life steal, it's all a bunch of little things. It used to be when we saw a bad and we just basically thought of like Mirana Arrow as like the number one thing. It was like, okay, they can't kill you after. Why? OD's cosmetic head is tiny. What a hilarious looking head.
Yeah, you know how we were saying he looks like a cute pet that takes off his... Now he doesn't. Now that's actually what it looks like when it takes his armor off, guys. That's not appealing.
Damn, this TV is hype from Madara, though.
Yeah, is that the? I think I've seen the set. No, I've seen a darker set with the pitch black gem before, where the Terrorblade illusions look like the main one, so you can't tell the difference.
Yeah,
that is like borderline freaking cheating, right? Yeah, that's pay to win at its finest. I told people this game had it in it, the pay to win elements. They just didn't believe me.
So they have a lot of burst potential here from the real deal. We're gonna have Nyx Assassin and Life Stealer, a bit of an old school combo. It's not the traditional Infest carrier because it's not like a blinking one, but it's still, you know, come out of Vendetta, get a quick kill, and then combine that with Soul Catcher and with the Bedlam from the Dark Willow, and people can evaporate. I'm not sure the kind of pacing we're gonna look here from the real deal. I'm also not sure the itemization across the Life Stealer and the Lone Druid. Will this be a minus Radiance Bear and an Armlet SNY Life Stealer? Does he feel like that's enough burst to actually chew through some of these heroes?
That's a fair point as well, because with the changes to Lone Druid's Bear, right, buffing up the way they did, plus the changes in the amount of Wraith Bands your average core builds, right, the ramp up towards right-click Lone Druid instead of Bear isn't as powerful as it was previous patch, right? You stop at maybe 2 Wraith Bands and start building to different items now.
Yeah, most of the Lone Druids I've seen personally when I'm casting have been the Midas Radiance, so I'm not sure if... I mean, the Maelstrom build looks okay here, but I think Pinkman Check is more of a... well, he's got double slippers all ready to go here, so we'll see what he gets off to.
I mean, it's standard, right, in the lane phase to get double stallion anyway.
Yeah.
When you look on the other side, you can see similar from DM is he's got 2 Mantles of Intelligence. I think the other thing to actually highlight about in this type of game, the Aphonic Shield's going to get decent value against Miposhka with the Cursed Crown.
Yeah, that's true. That's a really nice dispel.
Although at the same time, like, you know, we talk as that as the strongest one. You are talking about a spell that you have the means to dodge with, like, Astral, for example. Eventually, items like Yules, BKBs.
Like, tiny dispel, too, like Manta or something. Like,
or even just TP away, as we've seen people do before.
Magical.
It's amazing how many people, like any kind of ranking, have learned in their pub games from watching pros do that sort of thing. It's like, oh, wait, that guy doesn't have a TP. I'm just going to leave. I'll be back soon. Whereas you could just imagine, like, you probably I had it the same when I first started playing. You could think back to all these scenarios where you could have just TP'd out, been fine. Instead, you just start panicking and running around.
Yeah, you just start walking. Yeah. It turns out it doesn't work that well. In terms of the lanes here, looks like nothing too shocking. Everyone just doing their normal thing. Radiant is sending the offlaner to the safe lane. Who would have guessed? Every game. If you're running any sort of a riskier carry, anyone who just you don't feel that confident running, you shove them in the off lane. So they send the TV up top with the Rubik there, and it just Radiant offlane just feels so good for farming right now.
Oh yeah, because they basically made this an easy pull zone both ways, right? It's no longer just Radiant favored. I'd say it's even easier for Dire.
Paxton just had to...
What did he do?
So typically, when you body block like that with the ET, the whole point is so that it'll come under the tower, but Vega had already blocked a little bit.
Oh.
So it didn't end up working out. Because they wanted the tower to just start killing the Radiant wave.
Nice. Strashlow is up here. EGM's on his way up to support him. I think we got to stop calling EGM. I mean, he wants to be called Jerry. We should respect this.
Call him either one. I just like to mix it up because the people want to know.
That's true. That's true.
If it's EGM, so call him Jared, call him EGM. You know what's his name? It's cool.
I feel like we're just reminding him that he's not won TI again.
But he did win TI, so
he won it once. It's all good. It's all good. You know, he's just saying whatever, Bulldog. You can be on the caster. I'm gonna stay as a player. Of course, Jerry has been sitting on Burst Sports roster for a while with 2 of these 5 players. Hezu, it's going to be really rough to actually try and find a kill onto the Abaddon in this type of lane. Like, if you feast, we said already, if shield instantly comes out and you just move away.
Yeah, it'll all come down to the timing of using the open wounds and then using it with in combination with the brambles. Like, so just trying to stagger their disables.
Sadly, we probably won't get to see the superpower of the new Curse of Avernus in this type of lane.
No, not really a bully situation. Miposhka will eventually rotate, and that's when Kizu can start playing aggressively, but he'll probably be like a level or 2 down on the life stealer, so it'll be less likely to get kills and more to just be a bit of a nuisance. Mid lane, though, going fairly even, but, I mean, that's kind of good news if you're a lone druid versus an OD.
True. I
chance
don't
to deny
think
there, though.
we're likely to see any sort of kill potential in the middle of the bot lane. It's likely to, in the first 5 minutes, be top. And only top. Unless someone makes a huge mistake in the other lanes.
Yeah.
I think once you get that level 3 bear, though, there is the potential to kill DM.
They'll probably rotate the Dark Willow over at some point. Like, she'll go for a rune and then try and make a play on the mid lane and just leave Excalibur alone for a second. It's generally worth it. But yeah, kind of surprised. There's still no first blood considering how long these guys have just been kind of like 3v2 up top here. But Rubik and ET, just with the first couple levels, don't do much. Especially with Pexu taking the aura in the first 2 levels. A little unusual. Nice body block from Jerry up top there to make sure they won't have another camp there to pull off to the side and try and reset this equilibrium.
Pex going down to the south. I feel like we do see this type of build more often from the ETs at the moment, unless you have some sort of unreliable stun you need to set up with a stomp, right? Like, for example, if you had a Nyx on your team, maybe you actually get a point with the stomp so you can set that stun up.
I would say usually the reason why I tend to see like the stomp a little earlier is because you can actually, you know, just go for quick kills, especially when it's time for a first blood. Like, I'm pretty surprised. I don't know. Like, it's just so easy to reach someone from range, but now he's down in the bottom lane. Pexu didn't do any plays up top. So in that Radiant Triangle, one thing you'll notice about Z-Freak is using the ET, you can like triple stack between that triangle and this triangle. And he was up top for a while and had the Spirit early, but not able to get any farm developed here for his TB, which would be one nice reason for the ET to be here.
Yeah, he actually didn't even try and fly ET direct here. You know, where you just actually stick the Spirit in one lane, then TP to the other, drag it across the map, then try and go for a kill. And they're going for a kill on top. Madara will go down. They stacked the poisons, and it was enough to kill him off. First blood gets drawn, and Miposhka does get the gold.
Yeah, that ramps up pretty damn fast, especially when you get to be the core Shadow Demon. So up to 2 points nice and early with the poison.
Well, especially when you're up against the hero the guy's strength nerf and is reliant on his armor to protect him.
Yeah. Yeah, once he's level 5 here on Shosh, though, he basically can't be in lane as Madara here.
And Excalibur, Pexi found a DD.
That'll do.
All right. You know, I feel like we should have a giant kind of red alert noise whenever a DD gets picked up in games. It feels fitting, right?
But could potentially be useful. I don't know. I think I'll pass on the old DDs. And looks like they'll just get both bounties top, and Pexu's going to get both in the bottom lane. So it'll be an even trade here. In terms of first movers in this match, we're pretty much waiting on Jerry Miposhka. And Jerry having to kind of play position 5 Nyx a little bit here in terms of how he's been moving in the laning stage. So he's a little bit behind for XP, just like body blocking camps and stuff like that. But nothing too bad, nothing a tome can't fix.
Yep, and if you can get to 6 at a decent time, then you more or less you spend half your time looking for the core, the other half scouting out opponents.
Yeah, I'd like to see him just try and gank the OD early on if they can.
Oh, Jerry, that's not the place you want to be. Madara will be stunned up, but they have got the lift to bring him back. And he didn't level into the spike carapace. The body blocks are going to come out. They know it. Weird that he went for that bit. I'm surprised he didn't take a point to the spike carapace in this type of game.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, the mana burn is a little unusual this early on. I'm not sure why he has it. He might have just been trying to harass him in the jungle. I can't tell you, because that is definitely weird. It's level 1. It's pretty much only worth it, in my opinion, versus like really niche offlaners like Nature's Prophet and stuff, or Nyx Assassin, or Darkseer, where if you like ruin their mana pool, they just can't play. But because at level 1, you just trade. With most heroes, you're essentially trading your 100 mana for their 100 mana.
It's true. And you're looking at what he's up against in that lane as well. It's not like he's really going to upset Madara by doing that. Maybe Rubik could be a little bit annoyed, but he'll always have enough of the Fade Bolt, and he's carrying 2 mangoes at any given time.
Yeah, it was probably for a kill or something that just didn't see. Or an attempted kill, rather.
A little bit of aggression was coming out in the mid lane. There was a route onto DM, but he was able to protect himself with the Astral, and they couldn't get close enough.
Now he really wishes he had Carapace, so that he could just sit under that in Carapace. It's one of the nice parts about being Nyx versus OD. It's kind of the whole point.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to get up to level 4 to get that quickly if you hang around in a tri-lane scenario in the mid.
No.
Wouldn't advise it.
Kezu has just lost his ultimate down bottom. He is in the danger zone here.
But yeah, actually got forced down by Excalibur. Wonderful new feast mode for Lifestealer. Makes it a lot more frustrating to lane against. Kezu has been reared up. He's going to try and walk away. Miposhka did already throw out the Shadow Realm. So Abaddon will be fine. Does have the goal for the phase boost now as well.
I think it was a really good change for Lifestealer. It gives them, like, it makes it more of a counter pick against really high HP heroes. Now that you just have the permanent max HP going on for that bonus damage.
I'm not gonna lie. I didn't care for this hero. I've always hated him. I've always found him kind of boring to fight against. This now ruins my counter of Slardar in lane against him as well.
Fair.
Hey,
this is a hero we needed more of. Actually, I'm sure Slardar is still fine with the new bash. Speaking of recent changes, pretty sure you can totally play Slardar.
to an extent, but the frustration is like before you get down to half HP, and he couldn't do anything, right? Because Beast was relying on what your current HP was. It wasn't that impressive, and then you just kept bashing and won the lane. Now he continues to trade reasonably well with you.
This is destined to be a very slow game there, guys. Buckle in. I mean, when you think about who are your active offlaners that are supposed to make moves in this game, one is a Shadow Demon. I mean, Shasho is the most likely one to make stuff happen, and the other one is an Abba. And Abba likes to make moves by grouping up as 5 and building a Vlad's, and, well, his teammates aren't really going to be ready for that for a long time.
But they're making a move, though. Excalibur will go for the rage and just TP away. Back to base. Dodges out the scary DM double damage rune available. But now DM stuck in the bot lane as an OD. I mean, he can TP back mid, but they're going to try and switch it up a lot. I think they're going to stick Madara in the mid lane, just try and actually allow him to get easy farm. Yeah,
put him in the jungle for the most part, too, and just give maybe next time mid lane, actually.
And then stick Kezu up against the Shadow Demon because he can actually deal with it, yeah.
Yeah, Shadow Demon, not so scary. And those big poison stacks and even Abba. Probably part of the big reason why they went for this pick.
Oh. Coming out here, looking on the DM. He already used the Astral, so he now can't use it to defend himself. Purged up and slowed down. The Stomp will come out to slow down Excalibur, but the damage might already be done here. I'm going to be chased on 2 more. The poisons are stacking up.
He did.
Fall. And look at this. Penguin check arrives in time for
my host got career. 2 more hits. Oh!
Did you get it?
Oh, the attack range.
No! Fail. Raposhko just have to back away, shaking his head. Disappointed he got it so close to death there. 15 health left, and it did have a Sage's Mask on it for Kezu. Would have slowed down his Vlad, which would have been the perfect thing to achieve in this scenario. Runes. Raposhko picks it up. Kezu a little bit too late to Aphotic Shield himself. You at least get the other one, and the bot runes haven't even been touched.
Yeah, they're just forcing this bottom tower in, so it will be the ranged bear for Figment check.
Okay.
Perhaps hoping to get stuff done a little bit earlier. And minus for Excalibur probably means Radiance for the Lifestealer then, honestly.
Well, if the Lone Druid is going this type of build, he should be able to shove and actually give you that space to do this, I guess. So, while it is greedy, it's more justified in this type of game. Especially when you have an offlaner like the Shadow Demon.
Where is this tome? Alright, it's on the courier, so hopefully that's coming to EGM.
No, it's not. Miposhka took it.
Aw.
He said, EGM, you've got the mid lane.
Dude. He bought it.
Oh, so ET in the bot lane? Pexu's doing things. I mean, he bought it, but, you know, there was probably a discussion where Miposhka went, no. You are getting the mid lane farm. I get the turn.
He's just a good guy, you know. He's playing the 5, essentially, here.
He does almost have 6 and Arcane Boots, so expect him to make rotations instantly off of that Vendetta.
Well, consider me ready for rotations.
We've been waiting long enough.
Returning to the bottom lane, he might just die again here. He's going to think Shasho is rotated out of here.
No, he's scouting. He won't see him, though.
I don't think it's on.
No, he didn't see him. Flash low, walking around the back right now. Pexu.
Oh, he's so dead.
He has to have a sense of danger because something's
He's
about
waiting for that angle.
He's just waiting for the stomp. There it is. Whoops. ReaL comes out. Pexu in trouble. Flash low.
Wow,
Attack poisons. I mean, it's an ET. You want the tower more than you want to kill into him, but the Purge now comes out. Now the tank can't run away quick enough. He is indeed looking pretty dead. Beaten up by 2 of his twins.
It's 1,040 if he had gone for the 5th stack. Unnecessary.
They did get kill onto EGM in the mid lane, though, and that will enable the kill onto the tier 1 tower.
Yeah, it looks like he was lurking around there with his Vendetta active, perhaps. Or he went in on someone. But they had a sentry down mid. So, perhaps that's how it happened.
That's a nice pick off. Like, you did use the Metamorphosis, but you managed to get the tower and a kill. And the tier 1 is the most important in that mid lane. Just stops people from interrupting Roche if you ever want to go to there. And once Kezu does have that Vlad's up, that may be what Vega decides to do.
Yeah, there's a bit of a race to that one. Both teams will be largely able to do it, but Dire will be slowed down a little bit more.
Yeah, they can actually sustain reasonably well for the Roche, especially having the bear there, because they don't have any Vlads of their own. Top.
He almost did an ulti there.
That's sort of coming out. They're waiting for their meal, and the Poshka cannot even throw out the ultimate. He'll just go down. And look at this. Vega with the early rotations, tower to tower.
Yeah, I'm surprised there's still a 2k lead here, honestly. It's largely because Shasha's quite a bit more farmed than Kezu by like 600 gold, and then a bit of a gap as well between the Lifestealer.
Yeah, the minusing Lifestealer will inflate your gold a little bit, but at the end of the day, Madara is still sitting top of the net worth right now, which is the optimal scenario for Vega. Regardless of what's happening to the other two cores.
Well, Kezu's already lost his ultimate and is a little surrounded here.
He will go down. There's no way you can save him right now. They did manage to get DM out, though. He was super low on HP. He does have his Midas in 10 gold as well.
Look where Excalibur's farming, though.
This is pretty aggressive.
They might force Roche here, potentially. Depends on, just because they're like spotting everyone around here, but I think it's just a little bit too difficult with their 4 heroes for them. Ideally, that's what you'd want to do is the real deal right now, is just try and take this Roche away. And you can see MNT is circling around the Roche pit right now. He's just saying, we need vision in this area. We want that Roche.
Yeah,
I think largely because they want to force second Roche on the earlier end, so they can just kind of peek with the Abba at second aura item and go high ground with cheese.
It's true. Your TB does have the advantage for now, but at the same time, you have to accept you're up against the Maelstrom Lone Druid. And we are talking about a Lifestealer that plans to rush into that Radiance now. MNT setting up for defense on the mid lane. The people coming up from Pexu. Check is lingering on the high ground. They don't know it. They'll realize it. MNT a little bit too far forward. The Impale's going to come out. Spike Carapace was stolen. Now trying to run away. Bodic Shields protect him. Now the Rage as well. The Earth Splitter coming through onto 2. Bing check. Needs to get the hell out of dodge, but he can't move quick enough. Instead, Science Clips goes down. So does he. Now, well, that was the Metamorphosis commit. You need to actually go towards the Roche pit here. But I don't think they're going to. I think they're just going to keep on farming.
They're not really in any rush, honestly. Like, the pressure is on the real deal to try and take it away, I would say. And I still don't really think they can. I know they want to, but they just don't really have the heroes for it.
I mean, Poshka was getting suspicious about the whole matter. We'll just scout to realize they're not doing it. But that does kind of hurt. You use your Metamorphosis in that scenario. You do get a big kill, but you're not able to convert anything else in terms of objectives with it.
Yeah, it's all farming, though, and it is a tough Roche Pit fight, too, because you're fighting into the Shadow Poison. So it can be very irritating, especially in combination with Terrorize. You're just going to be spammed out in there, so he really wants at least some sort of a Dispel for himself on the TV. That's why he wants his Manta first. That Courier,
it's gone.
He does go for it. Oh, hit a Manta.
Wow, Manta and the Ochre Club as well. Jerry will happily give his life for this.
Nah, I mean, he's just gonna rebuy the recipe. Honestly, you just you just buy another recipe and you just sell it. Like, you lose 250 gold, sure, but the amount of gold that you'll gain in this 3 minutes is gonna be worth it. At least I hope he does. That's definitely the play.
I mean, it's true, but at the same time, you're a support Nick, so you'd happily give your life for a Corey Snipe, but to have items on it as well, even better.
Yeah, I know, it's still fine, but I hope he just buys another recipe.
The bigger deal was the Ogre Club that was sitting there. But of course, the BKB won't be ready in that time. So DM should be fine for the most. Frustrating nonetheless. You kind of got to expect that as well. You know that if EGM's off map, he's probably just prowling around looking for that core at all times.
Yeah, we don't get the Bounty Hunter gaming anymore, guys. What happened? I thought that hero got buffed, and now he's like a carry player or something.
Yeah, but so did Nyx. He got buffed as well, right? And he got support elements buffed, and that he is now more tanky. So come on, you just pick Nyx, pick your bounty pos 1, and enjoy your big crits.
Well, Madara don't care. They're not rushing anyway, he says. And he says, you know what, I have enough illusions, Trent, so I'm not going to rebuy the recipe. So shut up. I'm like, all right, fine, Madara.
I'll just wait.
He doesn't actually talk like that. He's a very nice boy. I promise.
Well, some very nasty boys have just shown up. They want to take him down, and Madara has no son to target. Goes on his own illusion, though, in the end. He's going to be fine. Madara, not enough. Doesn't matter. Trapped in the corner, the poison stacks up.
Oh, how do you like it? Dire Courier goes down.
Whoops. Wait, where was that one?
I have no idea. We don't have the Courier hockey anymore. It's a hard life.
It is. Harsh.
Oh, the Infest save from Jerry.
Oh,
but
Jerry.
They dusted him.
Yeah, they see him. And now they got 2 for the price of 1 with the Astral Stomp's coming out as well. Nice stun through EGM. Just gets off time Excalibur. We'll have the Rage. We'll go for the TP out. They need to hit him faster than this if they want to kill him. They won't be able to.
Hey, he saved him.
You keep him alive. And you know what the best part is? EGM is slowly making it back to his own side every time he dies. First here, then here. Eventually, he'll be in safe Dire lands. It's all good. Mark that prediction there, guys. He's going to die here next. Right up here.
I didn't even realize this tier 1 was still up here.
Yeah, I was surprised, right? Because they rotated 3+ heroes, but they decided not to take it last time. Kezu should finish it off now. But,
yeah, you silenced that tower.
Yeah. I was saying, wouldn't it be golden, right, if you could silence the throne and it would stop people from glyphing? It would make sense, right?
That sounds pretty obnoxious.
It does make sense, though.
Does it? Who's casting? Isn't the fountain casting the glyph?
Is
Who
it?
casts the glyph? I don't know. Not really. I'm just making that up, but it sounded legit.
I mean, it feels like the Ancient would be casting it, right? Because the Ancient is technically the Overlord, the thing that you're protecting.
Well, none of them have the skill glyph, so I don't know who's casting it, to be honest with you.
This is problematic. We'll never know. It's probably the shopkeeper knowing.
Probably a Lorgasm or something for it, I guess.
Probably a button under the shopkeeper's anvil. Just hits it, switches on.
Yeah,
that's why he's got
kind of like the security button at the bank or something.
Yeah, I mean, look at him. He's got that smug look on his face for a reason. He's like, no one knows to this day that I am the beholder of the glyph.
All right, Kezu's making the call here. He's saying, "I want to roast now, guys. It's that time in the game."
I mean, they've got rid of that tier 1 top.
Got my medallion.
And they got rid of tier 1 mid. And as you said, medallion now up. The conditions for Roche have been met. They might try and wait first, see if they can get a kill with Metamorphosis before converting on the pit.
It looks like Miposhka is being forced to become a courier here, as Excalibur has dropped the recipe for him, because there is no courier currently for the Dire, so good luck. Jerry scouting out the Radiant team. He just passed that sentry. Now he's going to come back into what he thought was safe territory and die.
Well, we'll use the Spike Carapace to buy a little bit of time, but will it be enough? He might be able to get a range, but they've got the dust. They'll chase him down. Does use the Shrine. Hell, does connect onto 1. Right on top of me. Can't get that proc off if Kezu hits him one more time. Oh, it doesn't even matter. The Fade Bolt through's enough. But he bought time. You know, his life still just completed his Radiance. Excalibur can play further away from his base while Vega plays closer. I'm not sure that's what we want to do.
He just pings the tower. He's like, hey guys, why don't we just take this while we're here? Like, the creep wave's pushed all the way up. Let's go.
And rush towards Roche. You said it yourself. They can just wait this out if they need be. Penguin check in the meantime is going full big crits now on the Lone Druid.
I like how Excalibur is kind of trying to force these issues with his Radiance and his Rage TP. They still don't have an answer to it.
Yeah, and in the meantime, Vega are losing heroes here as Pexi goes down to the crits from the Lone Druid. They do keep that tier 2 alive. It's all because TB had to come back down in Madara, not able to be anywhere near fight zone.
Excalibur thinking about the Manta, eh? I guess he needs something because of the silencers from the Abba. I was thinking he might go for that like Radiant Solar Crest build. Okay, no, maybe not. Yeah, I don't know. I kind of like Solar Crest on the Lifestealer here, but it's gonna come too late to do Roche anyway, so I can understand why he wants the Manta for the Abaddon and even just like dodging ET and stuff.
It's also agreed, right? It allows you to farm multiple zones of the map.
It's true. I mean, you're Alchemist. It's fun. Who doesn't like being a Naga Alchemist?
He'll just keep it pushed in, and Madara never able to actually leave this base. It's like, what would you go alternatively at this point? This is kind of the frustration of this build. Is like, it seems like the right move, but I find quite often when I have to do this on this hero, you feel limited in items you can go towards. It's always the Solar Crest or the Manta. One is going to say I have to fight in the next 5 minutes. The other is like, okay, if we get into a farming race, I feel a lot more confident about the outcome for me.
Yep. Yeah, that's fine. think the last like 10 minutes have gone really well for the real deal. I wasn't sure. I don't know. They started off with like a little bit of a lead in the laning phase, but I really felt like eventually Vega was going to grow up with this ABBA, and it would be very scary, but hasn't really happened. Getting that bottom lane, that big push that they did with the Shadow Demon Lone Druid was huge. Like taking down those towers so early put so much more pressure on Vega, and it stopped them from playing aggressively.
Madara, who's farming his own jungle, gonna slow him down from moving away. He has got the Sun up, he's feared up, he can't get out.
They're very scary, double fear.
Yeah. Now they can just push on the mid. And I think you're right. This is looking beautiful for ReaL right now. Maybe next time we'll protect himself despite Carapace, but Excalibur's a race car. Moving in, will be slept. Stomp will alarm to back away. He did steal the open wounds.
Oh, Kezu just tried to TP back and to get Yules up there by Shoshlo.
Shoshlo might try and cut them off, actually, because they're still chasing across MNT. The pursuit continues, and now the ReaL looking to connect here. Kezu has been slowed down by the disruption. He can't make it out. He's got his ultimate, but they might just be able to slow him down here. If one route comes out, he's in trouble. Curse Crown will stun him on the spot. Body Shield gets rid of it, but it's too late. Double kill for Pingvin check. They can't push the tower, though. The creep wave is nowhere nearby, but they can go towards the Roche pit.
And after all that, Shadow Demon's going to have a Blink Dagger here soon, too. So he's Shoshlo's essentially, well, the Disruptor. I mean, that's what the skill name is. That's what he's trying to do. He just wants to get in the back lines, disrupt one guy, maybe toss him up with the Yules, check out some poison, boost some damage.
Especially against this TB that you know is not getting the BKB anytime soon. This ruins his ability to even be involved in the fight in a 5-on-5. And even if he does, you use his own illusions against him, which do hit pretty hard. They are trying to interrupt this. Eldtime's walking in right now. Pingvin checks, Bear is almost dead. Regen room for Excalibur, interrupted by the Fade Ball.
Gets the Brambles here on MNT.
Oh, Curse Crown coming out. We'll stun up onto one here. DM being slowed down. Has to use the Astral defensively. The pings come out. Both teams turn around there. Oh, there it is. BKB forced out. They throw out the ultimate, and Poshka can't land it in time. The fear won't connect. Now the roots are going to be there onto Kesu. Excalibur looking to move in right now, but they are kine them out nicely. They're not playing into those bramble mazes. They're not going to be stupid about this. Now we'll terrorize on cooldown. ReaL Deal have to think twice about engaging right now. Jerry, what's he sneaking in for this time? I don't think there's any Corey coming this time around, buddy. And he's under reward. He knows it as well. Look at the way they move over to him. He's learning. Problem is they've sentryed the entire area.
Yeah.
Runes coming up.
Kind of like lurk and help him just in case, though.
Runes are coming up. Runs go down. There's a stun after the lift, though. Now, there's the disruption coming out with the Astral as well. Who's actually going to get the hands on this? It's actually DM who picks up the bounty, and now in trouble. Jerry, no escape. Full slash, though, was slowed down by the Earth Splitter. Dara will move forward with the Meta Forces up, but there's a nice blink away.
Blink?
Slash low, he does make his escape. It was his yours after all, but now Vega will go into the pit. Excalibur just trying to deter them from doing so, in fact. Kezu moves far forward. Open Wounds comes out. He's stunned up. He might be in trouble here. Kezu can't protect him. BKB activated. DM is moving in, but he's perched up. He can't move quick enough. Buyback does come out from ET. Rubik is now down, and Excalibur standing his ground against this. There's the use of Sands and Cliffs, but now running out of health. DM, he can't deal with Pingvin check. Just hits too damn hard. The roars, the control, the lone druid fear. This Daedalus build has done its dividends in this type of game. Or paid its dividends, rather.
He live there. He did so much damage. I mean, so did the Lifestealer, because these fights have been so long and drawn out, but it's just the two of them together making it happen.
I mean, you saw as well. They got so focused on the Lifestealer because they didn't want to lose their supports that you just had Lone Druid standing in the middle of the fight with this big crit build, melting everybody. A build that we are seeing more often on this hero than the old Radiance. Well, maybe not this patch, but definitely last one. It was typical to go for the multiple Wraith Bands and then straight into MKB, Daedalus, those sort of items.
It was all ranged bear. Now we at least have a mix now, but I think it's starting to almost look like a bit of a region thing too.
Heals up pretty nicely. Keeps the bear alive as well with that change to the interactions.
And now it's pretty much peak ReaL Deal right now. If they get the AC finished up on the Lifestealer, he just hit level 20, gets the evasion talent. Amazing this game.
The Poshka?
Against a TV and a OD.
He's in a lot of trouble and very dead. All right, they find a small kill, but they actually chase pretty far for it, and maybe next time, brought up, he can't move away. Runs into a Bramble Maze. In fact, now the disruption coming out. They found KZ as well. He already used the borrowed time, so he will fall. So 2-for-1 trade. He got baited out of the base.
3-4 pick of the Lone Druid and the Dark Willow. It's really cool how they have two heroes that can use that fear and the predictable movement that you can't control right into brambles and stuff.
And at this time in the game as well, you know that Vega, unlike to have their BKBs online, they've got one on DM, but your Terrorblade still doesn't have one. He went for that greedy Skadi. This might be 2 lanes, in fact. They have no reason to leave. Jerry moves forward, the stun coming out. DM in a little bit trouble, does have the BKB build, but he needs to use it to run away. They have got the push to slow him down. He can't move quick enough. Excalibur just chasing on through. They all drop down DM. He does have buyback, but what does he get out of commitment? He's got no science eclipse for 20 seconds. He's a BKB on cooldown. They'll go for more. Got the melee racks. They want to try and get a second one. Stomp. BKB activate. Pingvin check refuses to be held in place. He's going to come out. Pexu doesn't get rude, though. The buyback's going to be there from DM. They want to fight right now. Excalibur does get open wounded. He's to back away here. Does still have the eggs to work with. Pingvin checks there. Should fall. Moving in. Jerry the stun. They're going to go in. If they get DM here, this could be big. Gets away, though. Aquatic Shield keeps him alive. Excalibur going to move back. Wants to secure the buildings. And meanwhile, still outside the base, Madara, he's being kited out by the supports.
Yeah, so what happened was that he got stopped from TPing. Now he's dead, as he has to tank the 1040 damage from Shoshlo.
Not able to do so. Now back in his base, trouble arising as MNC gets rooted up twice and dies.
These guys are standing their ground here, still holding that Aegis. But yeah, big plays from the backline supports.
And TB has no buyback either. No Metamorphosis either when he's up. I don't think you can stop him from taking this. I mean, the creeps the creeps are stopped. The creeps aren't there anymore. DM will go down. And actually, they're going to chase for more. Excalibur says, okay, if we can't finish this game through buildings, we'll see if there's a way to do it through killing heroes. Stomp comes out.
Yeah, creeps are coming.
Slowly but surely. All right, back to hitting those buildings. Excalibur will complete his lap around the enemy Ancient before returning for the range racks. Running a marathon right now. They'll back away.
Yeah, gonna keep trying, even though they're down 2 sets of racks.
They gotta have a plan here. You know, if any hero can do this, it's the Terrorblade, right?
Yeah, it's true. If they get BKB on him, they might be able to win a fight. I think they just completely lost their pacing from Vega. I do go back to that big push on the bottom lane, and I think it just did so much for the real deal. Like, it just totally stopped the way Vega wanted to play. It made it really awkward to try and do these 5-man pushes with the Abad and everything, because this Lifestealer was constantly knocking on the door down bottom. So someone always had to go back, and so that's just like permanent information. When that wave is pushing in the bottom lane, if no one's at home answering, then it's going to be really obvious when you're smoking, or you're going for Roche, or, well, doing anything but protecting that lane. And this lane has permanently been going this way for the longest time.
And that's the thing, a lot of teams ignore this, right? Because they're like, they're down there, they can't contest Roche. That's the logic. It's a fair logic. But they weren't ever going for Roche when they saw these heroes down here. They allowed those towers to die so quickly that by the time both teams were thinking of Roche, it didn't matter. And Kezu was thinking of the next game, maybe dead for 70 seconds now, and they're moving in again.
I think they got in their own head a little bit in the draft phase, too. Maybe they were thinking about different itemizations. Like, they have no Initiator, for example, on the Radiant team, because the OD couldn't itemize for like a quick 4-staff or anything. Went for this Midas, so then Rubik's like the 4-staffer. But
Madara is protected. DM's going to move with the BKB, going to work, but Pingvin check with his big crits, his BKB active. Means that DM's the one in trouble. They're coming through, trying to zone them out. OD does go down, and Terrorblade will join him as the GG comes out, and they know it's over. Game 1 going the way of ReaL, DeaL, proving they can live up to the name of their team.
Yeah, a bit of a slow one to start things off. Everyone just very content in the laning phase, just chilling. And I thought that was going to work out okay for Vega, but just missing out on any of those early moments, like no early metas. They took the tier 1 mid with a meta, and like everyone kind of grouped up, and I think that's what their whole game plan was supposed to look like. They basically wanted to smoke into the Dire jungle, put up a bunch of wards, and then with any single pick would have just been meta into tier 1 and tier 2, and then another pick into Roche, like talking about controlling that whole aspect of the map. That's pretty much what you're hoping your game's going to look like when you're drafting this. Like, if we don't have initiators to force fights, and the best hero is a stomp from an Elder Titan Spirit, that means that you need to approach towers to force engage inside of your enemy team. and they just never got there because of the lane pressure on the opposite side of the map.
And that's the interesting thing about this game to me is Madara is this person that I've watched plenty of with Vega, and he, on the dire side, he'll always go and play around that bottom area, always shove it in and play the same trick they just played on him, where they force you back to base all the time.
Yeah.
It's kind of actually funny considering he's the one who always responded. It's almost like Madara wanted to be in the bot lane because it felt familiar. And as a result, they could never fight because they needed the damage of the TB through that mid game.
Yeah, the guy kind of made his name on Ad for them, basically playing Lifestealer and Juggernauts, especially Juggernaut, and just abusing Spin TP or Rage TP. So, it's kind of funny to see him essentially lose to that as they wound up without an answer. Despite, wasn't this first phase Lifestealer? Am I crazy? This was Shadow Demon Lifestealer, right?
Shadow Demon and... Yes, I'm pretty sure it was the lifesteal.
They had the entire draft, at least 3 heroes to find some answer to it, and weren't able to. So, BKB Pierce can be a little important sometimes.
Well, teams haven't been rating that highly. As a result, we have seen a lot of teams starting to lose more to these Juggernauts and these Lifestealers. But of course, they've only lost once. They can go again, right? This is a best of 3. We have to go to a short break, but when we come back, we'll have the second game. We'll see if Vega can get their head in the game. They can pull us back even, or if the real deal will just 2-0 them out. Stay tuned.